Okay, we want to welcome you to our first episode of the Tenfold Founders podcast. We're so excited for you guys to be here. By we, I mean myself, Arthur Tew. I've got Sydney Andress and Josh Staab with me as well. These are awesome friends. They're also the people who help me run Tenfold Founders over here, partners both in the community, which is what drives the podcast, as well as the agency, which we'll talk about all that today. The whole idea is that we want to introduce ourselves, introduce the business, introduce what we do, who we do it for, why we do it, and all that cool stuff. Sydney, Josh, how are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, good. Sort of
Is this definitely episode 1? Is this not going to be a throwaway?
That's a good. It's a good question.
1.1, 1.2
How many times?
I say there's
How many times have we talked today? And you're asking me how I am. I should have changed my answer.
No, it's okay. I think Josh makes a good point. I give this about a 20% chance of actually being the first episode. So there's plenty of opportunities to make your first impression on our tens of followers better. So, but let me open up. I do want to just tell you kind of a little bit of the nuts and bolts first. So we are we're here on a mission, and our mission is to equip faith-led entrepreneurs to build thriving trade businesses that serve God's kingdom. And if that's you, by all means, join us as much as possible. Consume all of our content. Please share with your friends. Stick around. I think this is going to be fun. And we have a vision, and our vision is to have 10,000 founders operating growing trade businesses that are rooted in Christian principles that ultimately are supported by profit-driven systems that we help to create. So we want to be the people behind those systems. We want to help you just work smarter. It's the old adage, work smarter, not harder. Something that I still struggle to do all the time. But like I said, surround yourself with good people. Hopefully that includes us. For me, it includes Josh and Sydney. And yeah, so we're just going to kind of jump into, like I said, how we got here. Josh and I, we go way back. What? 15 years, maybe?
Yeah,
something like
15.
that?
Yeah.
Well, you're only 25, so that's quite a ways.
Thank you, Sydney. Maybe we should, but you don't get paid in compliments or for compliments.
Where's the hand clap sound effect, Josh?
It's
Where's our audience? No,
we have the sound of one hand clapping.
there we go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Value.
Yeah. No, it's funny. High production value. We actually have, full disclosure, attempted to create this episode more than once, and I think we spent the last hour listening to me complain about the technology as if it was somehow to blame for our lack of
Ineptitude,
productivity, right? But yeah, Josh
Workman always blames the tools.
that's a good point. But a poor workman also selects the wrong tool for the job, though. So
on Cheaper by the Dozen 2 last night, watching with the family.
it's a good movie. That's who is that?
I haven't seen that one as much as the first one.
Who's that? Like Matt.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Okay, I'm getting that confused with a different movie. Yeah, this would be better if I could remember the different movie. But yeah, so Josh and I, we go way back. Well, tell him about so Josh, you've been an entrepreneur for a long time, and you've been in marketing for a long time, but you've done other things as well. Give us a taste of your background.
Yeah. So let's see. I don't really know where to start, but I guess I'll just start with professional life. So grew up in the coast of North Carolina, starting exactly where I said I wouldn't, but
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Actually, one of my first jobs was landscaping, so love to do stuff with my hands. Also fooled enough people in school to think I was smart, so went to NC State for engineering. Did civil engineering there, but had started a couple businesses in high school. One was website design, and then I guess that was the only one in high school. Started a t-shirt printing company as well. Did that for a little bit. Started a surf brand called Carolus Apparel. There's still some remnants online.
Which is where we first connected, was me or my group building or attempting to build software solutions for your brand. That never really panned out, but we were sure excited to have an almost client in you that was almost selling products to people. So,
yeah, I almost had money to pay for a service, so
yeah, it was perfect.
It's fair.
Perfect.
But from there, did engineering out of college. Got a little bit bored sitting behind the computer all the time, so I figured I'd do that in a different capacity and start doing Facebook ads.
I was about to say.
Yeah, and have been in marketing ever since. So it was a really cool career transition. Started my own shop, then merged with Sherpa.
Yep.
And haven't really looked back towards engineering since then.
And just real quick, so Sherpa that Josh just mentioned is kind of our parent brand. So Tenfold Growth was born out of Sherpa Collaborative, which was a professional services firm. It still exists, that myself and my partner Pete created. We built the marketing department, myself, Josh, and Sydney, within Sherpa, and then Tenfold Growth is the kind of child of that. This is the marketing department getting pulled out for a number of reasons. So we can focus more on faith-driven entrepreneurship and really inject God in everything we do, so that we can focus on specific niches, the trades, and the work that you all do, because of not only our love for that work, but also our knowledge and ability to drive success in that space in particular. And then also just for cleaning up, more corporate cleanup, I guess, reasons as well. So, but yeah, so Josh has been here for a long time on the Sherpa side, and obviously in Tenfold Growth. And Sydney now I did not know Sydney before we started our company, but Sydney is kind of the OG. She was the first. We may have had one employee before Sydney, but in fact, I think we did. Shout out to Megan Simpson, who was the very first. But then Sydney came in shortly after that and has been with us ever since. So yeah, Sydney, I mean, it's been a great ride. You come from gym background, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'd started out in marketing kind of haphazardly. My degree is in public relations, so I was hoping to go to a big city, had job applications out and some interviews in Chicago, and then met my husband here in Tulsa. So he got me kind of stuck here. He is also an entrepreneur. Big city. Yeah, he's an entrepreneur. So landed here and started doing marketing for doctors and then for attorneys, and loved it, and then did some outside sales gigs and hated it, and then landed in the gym industry, and was kind of looking for a place that I could do what I knew I could do, like my purpose, but not feel like I was selling my soul. And I kind of felt that in the gym industry, I was at least helping people have that healthier lifestyle. But with Sherpa, we've been advancing brands that have such a mission and such a heart for people in a greater capacity than just your health and wellness. So this feels so much more meaningful. And my testimony is even more boring. But that to me, like being able to weave in both my faith and my entrepreneurship has been really exponentially tenfold what I ever could have expected or dreamed. So
points for that.
Thanks. PR degree, dusting it off.
I like that. But yeah, no testimony is boring. I think anytime somebody comes to Christ, that is as exciting as it gets. And so, not only do we want to talk about business, and that's most of what we'll talk about is growing business and how to move it forward, but we never want to forget the purpose of why we're here, which is definitely to honor God and build things for His kingdom. So, for me, I'll try to keep this brief. I started in stage engineering, construction, theater, outdoor events, everything. It was very much a trade space. So welding, construction, engineering, drafting. Loved it, but didn't want to go to any of the central city locations to pursue a career. So I ended up back in North Carolina, buying and flipping houses. had a great time with that, and then went to go get an MBA, and somehow fell into ophthalmic drug delivery devices. So that was it's a mouthful. That was my first company. Had the great experience of starting in a garage to public offering and exiting from that adventure. And then I got into software, which got me into e-commerce and working with big e-commerce clients. We were working with television networks, NBC, ABC, Fox and Friends, Fox News, and just learned a ton about selling product online and growing a business and a brand through online tactics. And of course, now everything's done that way, right? It doesn't matter what kind of brand you're in, but I always wanted to get back to the roots of, working in trades, working with my hands, being able to like see productivity. And while I haven't been able to do as much of that myself, I have had the great privilege of working with just amazing founders and amazing brands who are out there doing it. So sort of still getting my fix vicariously through helping them grow their brands. And of course, our love for God being a through line for all of that.
Didn't you build the building you're standing in right now, Arthur?
A lot of it, yeah. The part that fell down over there. I did. And again, luckily it is still standing. So, love spending time in my wood shop, and with our trades friends, and anytime there's a project, I'm there. So, it's great to be doing this. It's great to be talking to the people that I think allow us to do what we do in a more open forum through this podcast. We're so excited to be doing it. I want to talk a little bit about like the topics. Again, there's a why we're doing this. Which is largely rooted in just our collective love for this space and our knowledge and wanting to share. There's also just there's kind of the why now. What's going on? What's the current environment look like? And part of the journey that we went through is looking at. You guys remember maybe 4 years ago. Not that we weren't serving trades businesses, but we were doing a lot with e-commerce and SaaS and trying to sell, and you're sort of seeing this AI storm coming towards us and how that's just going to change. And you're seeing these channels get just so clogged with slop and junk, and are we going to be able to make a difference in that space? And it became so, I guess, apparent to us that the time was now to just double and triple and quadruple down on, I think, the space that we all wanted to be in anyways, which is trades. And it's proven to be, I think the best move we've ever made as a business. You guys remember those conversations. I'd say it was kind of a scary time, honestly, just seeing how much was changing, how quickly it was changing. So anyway, so now we're here. I think we're still, we're still waiting to see what happens with AI and how that's going to change things. And but one thing that we do know is that the trades aren't going anywhere, right? They're here. They've been here, and there's a huge need for it. It's interesting to me because there's this huge need for trade businesses, and you know what it's like. Go call a plumber, call an electrician, go try to get a septic tank put into a new property. Like, you got to schedule it out months in advance sometimes, even in, and that's in rural and urban locations alike. I'm in Jackson Springs, a tiny town in North Carolina, close to Pinehurst. Like I said, Sydney's in Tulsa, and Josh, you're in just outside of Raleigh. So we kind of got a feel for, everything right now. And part of me thinks that, well, there just aren't enough people who want to do it, or there are not enough people who know how to do it. And I think that's true. But I also think that there are just so many brands out there who would be doing more and who would be able to do more if they were equipped with, again, the right systems. So how do you scale your business to the point that you can take advantage of this market that is so heavy on the demand side, so that you can really elevate like your own supply and start delivering? Guys, I know this resonates with you all, but from your perspective, you are you seeing it that way as well? What can you add to that?
Yeah, a really unique anecdote, right? now is we're working with a landscaping company, and I think a lot of people think the problem is more leads. It's always more like, how can I get more people through the front door? We're not having a problem getting leads. I mean, we're paying $27 for somebody to come in. That's either a phone call or a form fill, and it's a legitimate lead. So well under the industry average. The problem now is just making sure we're getting the best customers. So we want to be able to cherry pick the best customers. And that's what I think that's kind of what you're alluding to with the systems and the processes, to be able to elevate your quality of customer.
Right.
Versus just like, I think you see a lot of people out there is like, oh, I just need more customers. I need more. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
If you had 10 of your greatest customer versus 100 of your worst, which would you rather pick?
Sure. And which would be more profitable, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
100 of your worst, you're guaranteed to lose money every single month.
Yeah.
With 10 of your best, you're almost, I mean, we should be guaranteed to make money every single month. And you know, and I think a lot of times too, it's less about the individual, right? I mean, we know there's difficult people, and you're going to work with difficult people that are going to make it hard to work with. But it's about aligning what you're really awesome at with the person that needs that thing that you're really awesome at. And we mess that up over and over and over. I mean, again, going back to our roots in marketing, you know, our plan was every service for everybody. Right. Yep. And it's not that we couldn't figure out how to do it. Just like, you know, for you and your business, it's not like you couldn't figure out to do the thing that this customer needs you to do, but is it actually the thing that's going to be profitable? Is it the thing that's actually going to allow you to take advantage of the systems, the tools, and things that you're already doing? So oftentimes it's really just about saying like, hey, this is our profit center. And so now when I'm talking to various customers and who might be interested in my service, I'm aligning them with that thing as opposed to aligning myself with like the first problem that they throw my way. Mm-hmm. And I, you know, and that's not and again, that's not just a trades thing. I mean, that's just about every brand out there, whether you're selling products or services or whatever else. So again, I mean, it's topics like these that I think we don't pretend to be rocket scientists or people who have the answer to every single thing. And I think as much as anything, we just want to reinforce the solutions that you probably have already come up with. I mean, how many times have you guys talked to one of your clients and essentially told them something that you know they already know, but it's the fact that they have the third party person who's affirming that like, yes, that is the thing you need to do that gets it done.
Yeah. Yesterday, Josh and I had a call with a client, and he said a couple of times, I know what I should do. I know I should be doing this. And to have that affirming voice on the other side is so great, because I do think as a business owner, the leads problem, that's a day-to-day, you're in the grunt work, your head is down, you're not very rarely are you looking up to see if your day-to-day is matching with your vision. Mm-hmm. I think being able to have a community like ours where you can zoom out every now and then and look at your overall goals. How are all these little things that we're doing adding up? How are all of these systems coming together for a greater good? And being able to collaborate with other people and like ask Josh, hey, what would you do? And get an answer. Ask me and maybe get another one. Ask Arthur and maybe get a third one. And then pick your next right step.
100%. And again, when you, so to go back to what it is we're doing. So I talked about the why, the what, the how, all that stuff. So one of the ways that we want to do that, it's not just that we want you to listen to us. You know, the Tenfold Founders platform, which is what's producing this podcast, is bigger than just the podcast, right? The podcast is a piece that we hope is entertaining. It's open to everybody. We want to make this, you know, we want to use this as much as anything to get exposure, right? So that people can share and hear and drive more people into the ecosystem. But the heart of it, I think, is really more the community piece. So if you're part of Tenfold Founders, and if you come join us, then we're going to be doing live sessions directly with our community where it's a much more open forum, right? There's going to be, this is not and this is not a 10,000 person community, right? Not yet. These are small subsets where we're working in small groups, we're having conversations, we're learning together, we're sharing information, and you don't just have to rely on these three people who understand the business from one angle. You can talk to the person who's literally like also trying to solve the same problem that you are, right?
Not relying on a guru or somebody that's making these wild claims either, that maybe they got lucky on one specific campaign and got 10 customers from it and have this extremely high return on their investment on ads or something like that. So it definitely, it's a place where you can get real live information. And I mean live in a sense of, hey, the playbook from 2016 isn't necessarily working in 2026 and beyond. So,
well, and how often do you get to talk to somebody that's in your same industry in a different market?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's very rare that you get to sit down with somebody that has the same set of problems as you, that maybe figured it out a year ago, or you figured something out and you're able to help someone else. So the whole point of the community is that, just the camaraderie and being able to problem solve together and to hear and learn from the wisdom of others or the mistakes of others.
Exactly right. I love that. And again, that's, as much as anything, that's what we want to be about. So I mentioned before, there's the Tenfold Founders piece, which is the community, and that's where we're generating, again, content, podcasts, meetings, tools, a litany of things and resources that you can take advantage of as part of the community. And then there's also Tenfold Growth, which is the companion agency, which if you ever want to work with us directly, of course, that we would love that. We would love to work with you, but you do that through Tenfold Growth, and we provide a niche group of services that we design specifically for trades and our growth systems. We're not going to do anything that we don't, haven't vetted yet. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. I think, not to jump in, but your thought right there, I think I don't know if we want to share this right now or not, but I mean, what we pray for is people to come to us that can use our services. So
yeah,
this isn't a pitch. This is genuinely out there to help. So yeah, hopefully this sounds different than everything else that you've seen online up to now.
Truly, and internally we talk about it all the time. It's like, golly, there are so many conversations that are being had right now, or so many pitches being made right now for like, what's the get rich quick, like 10x your company. And we batted around the name a lot, and we'll talk more about the name in our name in podcasts for the future. But everything that we've done, or everything that we're doing, we're trying to do it in a way that, again, doesn't just honor our business, but honors your business and honors the way God would have us do business. And again, that theme, we're hoping not only comes across here, but that it permeates you and how you're running your business. And again, that we really do generate something bigger than Tenfold, but more of a movement to generate as many faith-led entrepreneurs to find success as possible. So again, thank you all for joining this. We're thrilled. Sydney, Josh, any closing thoughts, and then I'll end the meeting in a quick prayer for everybody.
It's been great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that sums it up. Good first.
Awesome.
I think this one might actually make it.
Yeah, it might. We'll see. We'll see how bad my hair is when I take my hat off to pray. So I don't want to let that get out. But
let's see. As long as you don't butcher the prayer, I think we're good. We're shot free.
That's not possible. If you just join me, everybody, we want to just thank you, Lord. We want to lift you up and praise you for giving us this opportunity to speak to other people who are either joining us in our walk in faith, or maybe considering joining us in our walk in faith. We hope that we inspire those who are to continue, and those who may be considering it to take the plunge. God, we also just pray that you would help us to affect the people who are open to being turned towards godly systems in growing and thriving their businesses. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you for joining us.
See you on the next one.
See you on the next one. There it is.